guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. Today I wanted to take you through my updated tretinoin skincare routine. I posted a video like this over a year ago. I'm gonna link it here or here. But I've since updated my nighttime skincare routine using tretinoin, so I wanted to let you know of the changes that I made. So first I want to take you through the type of skin that I have and some high-level changes that I've made to my routine since my last update. So I am 32 years old. I have combination oily skin. So here you can see some of my natural oils coming through. It's now about the end of the day, but my skin is very combination. So it kind of goes through peaks and valleys of being dry, being oily, and sometimes a combination of both. So in case you haven't watched my previous video, I've been using tretinoin for 4 years consistently, but I would say on and off for about 8 years. I originally was prescribed tretinoin for acne. I do not struggle with acne anymore, although I do have some hyperpigmentation left over from that acne. So now I'm mostly using it for the anti-aging benefits. So the main change that I've made to my tretinoin skincare routine is that I'm using a 0.1% tretinoin gel. Before I was using 0.05. So I thought I would increase my tretinoin percentage, give that a go, and see how my skin does. So it's definitely been a learning curve using the higher percentage of tretinoin, but I feel like I've figured out more or less, what works best for my skin now. What I will say is, when you're going from a lower percentage to a higher percentage, you will probably have a good amount of skin peeling. No matter how much I was moisturizing, no matter what I was doing, I still had that skin peeling. And I think it's just an adjustment phase while your skin gets accustomed to the higher percentage of the medication. So as the first step, I'm going to take off my makeup. I'm gonna grab a headband, and I like to take my makeup off as in a two-step process. So first step, I use micellar water, and then I will wash my face with a facial cleanser. So I've got these reusable facial cloths. That has not changed. I've still been using these since my last update, but I'm now using two. So in my previous video, thank you so much for all your comments and your feedback. There was a good amount of feedback that I was being too rough with my eyes. And looking back on that footage, I completely agree. I'm just saturating these. I completely agree, but I think I was also nervous and I just didn't want the video to last 5 hours. When I'm doing these steps by myself, I take my time a bit more than I may, on video. So I've got two of these pads, saturated with the micellar water. The micellar water is just generic drugstore brand. This is a brand here, B Beauty Care. This is from Biedronka. It's a Polish grocery store. It is fragrance-free. It's the sensitive skin version. So I'm gonna put this on my eyes and just let it soak in there, right? So this is kind of what I do as my first step. And I hold these pads here maybe for 30 seconds to a minute. So it can loosen all the makeup that I have on my eyes, including mascara. I'm going to just very gently rub like that. And it takes a lot of the eye makeup off. It may not be 100% perfect, and I'm trying to be very gentle. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect because I will still go in with a facial wash, right? Where I will take that over my eyes and all over my skin. But this is sort of what I do as the first step. Sometimes I take this cotton pad, I'll put it into a little point just to get in, somewhat to those little crevices. So I'm gonna get in here. There is still a tiny bit of mascara, but that's okay because I'm going to wash my face with a facial cleanser. Okay, so next I'm going to wash my face. The face wash that I'm currently using is this one from Jaja. This is a Polish brand. I'm going to wet my face and I'll be right back. 2 pumps of this into my hand. This doesn't lather a lot. It's more of a gel and it stays that sort of gel consistency. So I'm going to take this on my eyes as well and just gently run it over and maybe do kind of like in an upwards motion as well. Very gently. I'm not applying a lot of pressure at all, just to get that excess makeup off of my eyes. All right, so there's my face washed. I'm going to take a towel and just very gently pat my skin dry. So there is my face washed of my makeup. The next thing I like to do is use a toner. This is completely optional, and it's a step that you don't have to do in your skincare routine. I just really like it. So I originally bought this Heritage Store Rosewater Facial Toner from Ulta in the US. But reading through the ingredients, and it's quite a short list of ingredients, I realized I could make this at home. Basically, rose water, hyaluronic acid, aloe leaf juice, and glycerin. And they're all ingredients that I had here at home. So basically, I've just been reusing the bottle, but remaking this on my own. And I really like it. So I take another one of my little cotton pads, my bamboo cotton, reusable cotton pads. And I'm going to put some of that toner on here. Just take this over my skin. And there really shouldn't be any makeup at this stage on the cotton pad. I just kind of I like those moisturizing ingredients, the aloe and the hyaluronic acid. All right, so now we've got the toner on our face. I'm just gonna let that dry completely. I do not want my skin to be in any way, shape, or form wet when I'm putting the tretinoin on. From the research that I've done, if you put the tretinoin or really any serum on top of wet skin, that serum will pierce through even deeper, which is a good thing. For example, if you have a moisturizing serum of some kind, right, or a hyaluronic acid serum, but for tretinoin, which is quite powerful, and especially at this higher percentage, I want to make sure that my skin is completely dry. Okay, I'm touching my skin now. It feels dry for the most part. Yep. So I'm gonna go in with the tretinoin. So this is a gel, and let me put this gel here on my hand. It's a gel, it looks like this, and that's all I use. I think I'm gonna just start slowly here, put some on my nose, on my cheeks, right there, my chin. And I'm gonna save the rest for my neck and for my hands. I would rather go, you know, light versus heavy. So in my other video, you may have noticed that I put the tretinoin underneath my eyes when I was using the 0.05%. And my eyes over the years have tolerated that really well because I've sort of built up to it. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more. I have built up to it, and I didn't have any sort of problems, and I never got in too close to my eye, just sort of like around the orbital bone, like here at the bottom and just here at the top. Usually like whatever was left over on my fingers, or just like a teeny tiny little pinpoint. This one of the higher percentage, I never put her on my eyes. I just think it's too strong based on what I've seen, you know, on the rest of my face. And I've been using this higher percentage like probably for 6 months now, and I feel like my skin is just becoming accustomed to it. Of course, there's always like that learning curve of, you know, what's the best moisturizer and how much should I use, and you know, what steps in your routine are the best for you. Like sometimes you just have to test that out. I'm gonna put some on my neck, whatever I had left over on my finger. I'm gonna just put it on my neck. And then I have like literally just a small film on my finger left, so I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand, a tiny bit of that, and then grab it and put it on, you know, my other hand. Typically at this stage, once I put the tretinoin gel on, I'll wait 15-20 minutes to put my moisturizer on. So I'll usually go make a tea, I'll change into my pajamas, you know, kind of start relaxing, starting my wind down routine, and then I'll come back and I'll put moisturizer on my face. All right, guys, I'm back now, and I'm going to finish up with my nighttime routine here. So the only thing I have left to do is moisturize and put my eyelash serum on. I kind of cycle moisturizers, nighttime moisturizers. I like to try new ones, and then sometimes I go back to the Holy Grail ones for me. And this is one of my Holy Grail. This is from the brand Equate, which is the generic version of CeraVe PM Moisturizing Facial Lotion. I really like this. It's a light texture, and it has a lot of skin-loving ingredients. Kind of one of those Holy Grail, tried and true, tested products. This doesn't have any fragrance. It has a very, very light texture. So I'm going to put that on my face and on my neck and a little bit on my backs of hands. Now I'm going to moisturize my eyes next, but I'm going to wash my hands because they have some of that tretinoin on them, on my fingertips too, and I don't want to get that around my eyes because my eyes are quite sensitive and the only thing they can tolerate is the 0.05 tretinoin. Okay, my hands are washed and I am actually going to put Vaseline around my eyes. This is a tip that I actually got from one of you guys in my last video when I mentioned that my under eyes and my eyelids are very dry. I never have been fully satisfied with just a moisturizer underneath my eyes. I kind of always feel it's not doing enough. I need more. I need something very, very, very rich. So Vaseline is what I've been using. I'm almost through this little tub. So I'll put that here around my eyes and on my eyelid, just here in the outer corners as well. I think you're supposed to use your ring finger. I mean, I just do it gently anyways, you know, despite what finger I use. I love this. I feel like I wake up the next day and I can still feel the moisture around my eyes. And if I'm just using a regular moisturizer, I feel it's super dry when I wake up the next day. Last but not least, I'm going to put on this L-Biotic eyelash serum. The label has worn off over time, but it's basically just castor oil. That's all that's in this serum, but it is convenient to already have it in this sort of form. So I just coat my lashes with this. I will typically also put the Vaseline on my lips. And that's it, guys. That's my nighttime tretinoin updated skincare routine as of January 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know if you have any questions for me or any suggestions on my skincare routine. I'm always open to constructive feedback and constructive conversation. I'm always trying to improve and learn new things. And I hope to see you soon in my next one. Bye.